I have practiced human-centered design and communication design for past 5 years, and now since I am with TAG, I have found the perfect platform for my expertise to be contributed in the field of education. So for me, it's a dream come true. So today, as we are taking a moment to appreciate women and talk about women empowerment, I would like to quote Christine Lagarde, who is a managing director of International Monetary Fund, and I quote her: "When women do better, economies do better." And this is always true in any society. Why don't we think back to the role of women in education that we have had in our lives, be it your mother, your grandmother, and teachers? Regardless of their literacy status, they have always pushed for progress and focus on educating the next coming up generation with perfection. Why do you think that is? Because these women of today, they know and they recognize the power education wields to transforming lives. It breaks down every access barrier in terms of financial opportunities and professional growth. As of 2021, India has recorded a higher nationwide literacy rate amongst men as well as women, at respectively 84% in male population and 75% in female population. So the gender literacy gap was more evident in rural India, with only 66% of women aged between 15 to 49 years being literate as compared to their counterparts, male counterparts of that very particular region. So this brings me to our problem statement, that is how we can ensure accessibility in education for every child, be it male or female. Digitization of the sector is a perfect solution, of course, because now every household has a 4G connection. We can capitalize on that and ensure that digitization of the education sector takes place, and this will enable equal access to children. The famous philanthropist Melinda Gates once said that women and girls should be able to determine their own future no matter where they are born. I also believe that it is imperative for us to acknowledge that women's economic participation and empowerment are fundamental to strengthening women's rights and enabling them to have control over their lives, as well as exert influence in the society. So economic empowerment of women is a prerequisite for sustainable development. Gender equity and empowered women are catalysts for multiplying development efforts. And we know that throughout the many decades, gender inequality has been amongst people in all societies worldwide, not just India. And women have greatly struggled to become equal to men, both at home as well as in their workplace. So, a growing gender equality problem between women and men has rapidly gained attention due to growth of socio-economic activism, you can say, that is primarily found on social media outlets. And it is continuing to be becoming more controversial in many places across the globe, also known as one of the wicked problems. So gender inequality in education affects men and women alike. However, it has more effective and it has more effect of a disadvantage over over women as compared to men. Ethnic background, poverty, and isolation are some of the many discriminatory aspects of women which they face on a regular basis, and they are unable to practice their rights. So, more educated women out there, the less poverty our societies is going to face. And this brings me to my next very important point, and that is another of the problems with gender inequality is personal choice. Women are not given the right to choose what they want to do in their life. Society chooses what men should do. They have certain assigned gender roles from the day they are born. They have requirements. Even the requirements of the society is expected from both men as well as women. So where is the personal choice here? The question here is, where is the woman's place in a society? In India, we have often heard that her place is in kitchen. So I say it's not just there unless it's a choice. It is wherever she wants it to be. And freedom of choosing between the kitchen, a desk job, or any work is the advantage that education provides. So she finally has a choice because of that. And now with empowerment, with digital education, empowerment comes in to make that particular choice. And she is empowered by digital financial literacy and no longer dependent, which is also one of the many important aspect that we are discussing lately. And we have taken the first step in empowering women as well as men alike in every district of India, of course by participating in the carte blanche project. I want to speak a few lines about that as well, because we are giving a special heat to NEP 2020 and its deliverable of empowering future ready generation. So here we have ensured that educators are skilled to deal with challenges of the 21st century. With Carte Blanche project, we have taken the first step in empowering the important stakeholders of education, that is teachers, principals, students alike. And I am overjoyed to come across the news that now CBSE has also introduced design thinking in schooling curriculum to apply the process of problem solving and finding creative and innovative solution. So on that note, I would like to conclude by quoting Don Norman, and I quote, "Technology may change rapidly, but people change slowly. The principles of design come from understanding of people because they remain true forever." So thank you for that, and a happy Women's Day to everyone here.